One of the most important things I think people should do is open up and share their story and share the stuff that they've been through in the past. Because the law of attraction community promotes positive thinking, the personal growth community, the spiritual community. It's all about high vibration, being your greatest version. And what we tend to not do is look into some of the stuff that we've been through because it's really challenging to look at the past. I've worked with people who've been through sexual abuse, emotional abuse, mental abuse, who've been molested, and much more, who are going through depression, anxiety, and going through the hardest conditions that you can think of. And it's like this whole community is just like blindsided with all of this like positive stuff to like bury what people are actually running away from. They want more success, they want more significance, more validation, more money, because they're running away from something deep inside of them subconsciously or maybe even consciously. Some people are experiencing traumas right now every single day of their lives, and they're having a hard time in life. They're going through depression, anxiety, pain, suffering, and the law of attraction community, personal growth community, spiritual growth community, it doesn't, it's like it's almost not accepted that you're allowed to talk about that stuff and you're allowed to show up and say, hey, I got this thing wrong with me. It's almost like, they sweep that stuff under the rug, and you're not allowed to open up and share your story and share your journey. And so what I want to start doing on this channel is sharing some of my clients and my students' success stories with the law of attraction and manifesting. But not only that, I want to share with you some of the things that they've been able to overcome, some of the things that they're having challenges with, and how they actually been able to get a breakthrough and no longer having these traumas, these anxieties, these depressions, and totally overcoming the pain of the past, the suffering of the past very, very quickly. So it's really interesting that, again, this community is promoting positive stuff, but we're not taking a look at what's within them. We're not taking a look at what have I been through, what are my traumas, what has affected me. I'm someone that grew up in a really rough neighborhood, and so things affected me. I operate in a certain way in this world, even up until now, because of what I've been through in the past. But I'm obviously constantly working on myself. I'm constantly growing and expanding and becoming a greater version of myself. But I'm doing it in a way where I'm working on my history, I'm working on my past, I'm working on my memory so that I can become a greater version of myself automatically. So when it comes to positive thinking and, getting stuff done and, being your greatest version, it's almost like an automatic thing for me rather than me forcing and willing and visualizing using affirmations, etc., etc. Okay, so what I want to do today is I'm going to be sharing with you a law of attraction success story from one of our clients, Christina, who has been through some really rough stuff, which I'm not going to share on this video because she's been through some hard times. It's really private. But I want to show you her journey and some of the things that she's been through. So my head coach, head of neutrality shifting, he's going to be interviewing Christina here, and I think you're going to really enjoy this case study, this law of attraction success story. And then you can find out more about how you can become our next success story if you're interested in that. Okay, so with that said, let's get started.
Hello, my friend. Jaden Johnson here, Wake Up Fulfilled, head of neutrality shifting. And today I'm here with Christina, and she has recently completed the neutrality shifting process. So she's going to tell us a bit about that in a minute. Now, people use this for many things, for abundance, for career success, for just trying to get to that next stage in life. So there's people that do it for relationships, love, overcoming old wounds, all sorts of different things. But a lot of people are trying to overcome their internal blocks. So what I want to first ask you, Christina, just to share with us quickly, is what are the core areas or some of the few areas that you addressed when doing these sessions?
Well, for me, we covered a lot because I had so many issues going all the way back to childhood, and then trauma after trauma after trauma. So it created health problems, and it created money problems, and relationship problems, and we really just dove in and went to the very core of it and just started digging like he literally had to dig things out, you know. So it was pretty interesting. Yeah, it was definitely some good intense work, but it was worth it, definitely.
Awesome stuff. So you mentioned, you know, that some of this went back to childhood. So how long, if you had to put it into years, obviously don't give away your age if you don't want to, but how long approximately would you say that you've been struggling with this stuff that you've overcome?
Well, the first trauma, or the first incident, wasn't even really a trauma. It was something that you wouldn't normally even think of as a trauma, but it was just something that I remembered that stuck in my mind, and I could just see that the pattern over time just started manifesting in different ways in different areas. But we got to the root of it, and you could really just see where almost everything that I've gone through started right from there when I was 6 months old. So I'm 55 now. So
so
I actually recalled a memory when I was 6 months old in my crib.
Wow. Crazy memories of that. Wow. So you've been basically dealing with this since inception, pretty much, just the moment you got on this earth, you know, earliest memories. You've been noticing the patterns recurring throughout your life. So with that in mind, then, if you look at, you know, the whole span of what you've been going through this, how quickly were you able to start seeing results once you got started?
For me, it was, I started to have a little insight after the first session, but the third session is really when I started noticing some big differences. And then by the fourth session, you know, I was like, by the fourth session, I felt really, really good, because I knew that there were some these were techniques that I could continue to use in the future. So I felt like it gave me some security in knowing that I'm going to be okay, you know. Awesome. I'm going to be okay no matter what happens. Now I've been through all this, and I know what to do to deal with it now if something comes up again. But the thing is that I also knew how it kind of helped me learn how to not have these things happening, because you look back and you see how you perpetuated it along the way as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. So you touched on two things there. So you were able to see transitions and, you know, alterations in your being during the sessions, but also you know how to prepare yourself for life. And that's one of the key things we aim for, because you know, there's a lot of things out there. There's coaching programs and things like that, and I've signed up to tons of them back in the past. But what I found is that I needed to keep doing like a monthly recurring thing or something to get their support to help me. But with this, we want to give you the power. We want to empower you. So you know, there's a saying, you know, you give a man a fish, he can feed himself for the day. You teach a man to fish, he can feed himself for life. So that's what we're going for with this, and I'm glad that you touched on that yourself. So thank you. Yeah, no, that's awesome. So
that was huge.
It was huge, Awesome. So what I wanted to touch on next was, I mean, obviously you can vouch for this. We don't do this for free, and of course, with the results that we get, of course, we wouldn't do this for free. It's one-on-one, very intensive, you know, life-changing transformations and stuff. So for yourself, and just be completely honest with me, well, first off, obviously you paid a certain value for it, but how much would you say that this program is worth? If you had to put a number on it, or how would you describe the value of this program?
I wouldn't even put a number on it, because you cannot compare money to quality of life.
Yeah.
You just can't. I mean, your quality of life is so much more than money. And I'm not putting down money in any way, because that's something that is helping me with removing blocks to that as well. So that was something else that, you know, that we worked on. And so I couldn't put a value on it, because it's priceless, you know.
Awesome. Yeah.
That's all I can say.
Yeah, no. So pretty much more than what you paid for it, right?
Right. Oh, yeah. I mean, it was well worth it. It was either, I mean, for me, it was like, I need to do this. There's no choice. I have to do this because I would have, I don't know where it would have been. I mean, it was, my life's been pretty rough. So it's just.
I remember our first call when you mentioned.
Yeah. So.
Okay. So if you would say it's a lot more than what you invested in yourself. So let's say there's someone who's on the fence or someone who, is in a bit of a tight situation, because I mean, we've had people that have taken out loans, borrowed from family, used credit cards, and they've all said the same thing, that, what you said, that you couldn't put a price on it once you've done it. So if there is someone who was on the fence or someone who had to extend themselves a bit in order to get in and invest in themselves, what would your advice be to that person?
If you've reached that point where you know that you have to do something, don't let the money stop you, because once you reach that point, that's basically a push, from your. It's a sign that you need to push forward, because it's once you realize that things are not going to improve until you take some action, then you need to take the action. You need to do it. And you also have to be completely honest with yourself and vulnerable to some degree. I mean, you got to be willing to really want to dive in. If you're afraid of what you're going to see and you don't want to see it, then you aren't ready. You may not be ready. I'm not a coach, but you may not be ready. But if you're looking at yourself in the mirror and you're saying, something has to change. I can't go on like this. I can't go on.
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm willing to do whatever it takes.
Totally.
So, yeah, if you are at that point and you are willing to face everything and be accountable to, even because some of the hard things you have to take some accountability, but it's in a very loving, supportive way that, so yeah. Then take action. Don't wait.
Yeah.
You only get one life. I mean, you only get one chance to clear up your issues, and I mean, you may, depending on your beliefs, but you're here now and you're here to live a good life, and it's up to you to take the action. So
yeah, no, you hit the nail on the head.
Long-winded, but anyway,
that was perfect, because you touched on something else
from the heart, so
I agree. I could tell you've been very sincere there. And you mentioned that, some of the things you're going to see about yourself, because when we all want to pretend life's going great and all this stuff. You really look at yourself, that's when you get the most growth. And sometimes you're not going to like what you see, but by removing those, by stripping that back, by truly understanding what's been holding you back, that's when you get the results. And that's something that you've seen for yourself, right?
Right. Yeah.
Exactly. So with that in mind, I mean, we have to say this, and you would agree with me, this is not for everyone, okay? This is not something that you just do. This is not just another program or something like that. This is something where, people really want to make a change, and you wanted to make a change, and that's why you had to invest in yourself, and you've now seen the benefits of it, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. It just gets better for me every day, because because of the gratitude. I'm so grateful. You know what I mean? I'm grateful every day, and so the gratitude just makes it even better every day.
Yeah. You can live life in that state of abundance, and you don't have the stress and everything pressing you down. Then you can go on and amplify your results, or even just enjoy living the moment without having all of that running in the back of your mind. It's a totally different state. A lot of people don't get to experience that.
Yeah. And I'm a lot more compassionate too, and I like, wow, this compassion thing's really good. I mean, not that I wasn't before, but I just didn't realize how shut down I was. So,
Yeah.
But, yeah.
once you see inside, you start to realize what's going on. So I want to thank you first off, because that's fantastic. I mean, you're natural on camera. You've done really well. So what I want to do is just address those of you that are watching. So, I mean, if you're someone who is thinking about getting started, maybe you haven't applied yet, or you've applied and you're waiting for your first call, like I said, Christina can agree with me, this is not for everyone. This is only if you are 100% serious about investing in yourself, investing in changing your life. This isn't something where you're just going to go and watch a bunch of videos or anything like that. This is one-on-one for a reason, because, well, the testimonials and this case study alone, they speak for themselves. We're changing people's lives with this program. So if you are serious and you don't want to just watch another success story, you want to be a success story, you know, that's not what we're after. We're not after clients, but after success stories like this, like Christina. So if you want to be another success story and you want to be the person in this video next time, then all you need to do, follow the instructions below this video. There'll be something either down here or wherever it is on the screen, but just make sure you take the next step, and then you'll be able to get in contact with us and we can take it from there. So just make sure you follow the instructions if you are serious, and then we'll take it from there. So thank you again, Christina, for this.
You're welcome.
Okay.
No worries.
Hey superstar, it's Gavin here, and thank you for watching the Law of Attraction success story with Jaden and Christina there. We're moving into 2020 now, and it's time that you make a change. It's time that you make a difference. It's time that you break through and get to the next level in your life. So if you want to overcome trauma, abuse, something that you've been through in the past, and you want it to happen very, very quickly, then this is for you. Again, this is not for everyone. This is for people who are serious. You have to face, you know, what you've been through. It doesn't matter, you know, what you've been through. We can help you. We can help you sort that out very, very quickly. And you know, this is a one and done and guaranteed to see results, immediate results with this coaching and training. Okay, and the funny thing is, we don't really talk about this, but I'm going to share it with you now, is that when you actually get coaching with us, you actually get 2 of our high-end courses, which are worth $697 each. So you get those as a bonus for getting one-on-one coaching with us, which means we're going to be coaching you, but also we're going to be sharing with you how to actually use the tools that we are coaching you through, so that you know, you're not just eating for a day, you're eating for a lifetime. And I'm sure you know that saying, you know, give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. Teach a man to fish, he'll eat for a lifetime. So you're going to learn practical tools on how to do that as a bonus for getting coaching with us. There will be a link in the description, Neutrality Shifting Coaching. Stop manifesting, right? Start shifting your personality, and check that out. You know, if you're really wanting to change your life in 2020, you want to heal the past, toxic relationships, past relationships, divorces, abuse, anything that you want to change and shift, you can shift it. And the funny thing is it opens you up to being a higher vibration. It opens you up to being more productive. It opens you up to making more money. It opens you up to having loving and healthy and romantic relationships. It's counterintuitive. We tend to focus on what we want rather than dealing with the past, so that we can have what we want automatically. And that's what neutrality shifting coaching helps you do. So if you're interested in that, there will be a link in the description, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace. There should be some videos on screen right now. Keep learning, keep growing, keep expanding, and I'll speak to you soon. Peace.